I just got done with my last infusion of chemo for the week, which I had 6 infusions of cytarabine, and I'm just going to take a nap for a little bit because they've been waking me up since 5 o'clock this morning. A buddy of mine just stopped by that I played football with in college, and he was in my fraternity, and I had found out earlier this week he had leukemia as well, which was really sad to hear. He's been going, he got rid of it after a second session. It came back again, 60%, and then he did more treatment, and then it mutated, so he's got a lot going on. But I reached out to him, and he actually had an appointment here today, so he just came in to see me. So it was great to see him, because I haven't seen him in like 30 years. He's got the same doctor as I got. He's going through similar treatment, so got one of my brothers from college in football to go through this with, which is great. I've been feeling pretty good. The first treatment or two was rough neurologically, some brain spasms and sharp nerve pain. And then just the memory, the chemo brain makes you kind of slow and try to forget stuff. And the eye pain, had some really bad eye strain and eye pain dealing with. Besides that, it's been not too bad this week, but obviously there's usually the week or two after it starts hitting you with a bunch of stuff. Constipation and some other stuff been going on. Not that you want to hear all that. It's been kind of rough. But just hanging in there day by day. That's the philosophy for me, is like, I've canceled everything that I do. Just doing some artwork here and there. And that's it. It makes life so much easier. Just focusing on my health, my family, friends, and art. That's it. Just keep your prayers coming, your comments, and if you can buy my artwork and donate to the GoFundMe, that keeps me going, because I'm going to be out of work for 6 months or more. So everything that I've done, I'm self-employed, has been canceled. So you guys have helped me out a lot, and your prayers inspire me. And some of you say I'm inspiring you, but no, you guys are inspiring me. So I just want you to know that, okay? So I know there's a lot of people that go through this. I feel for you. I'm there with you. Brothers and sisters going through cancer and that stuff. You're not alone. We're in this together. We are. We're humans. We come from the source, the creator. So the best thing I'm finding out mentally for me is day by day. I don't worry about anything else. Nothing else matters. It's just to get through each day positively, in gratitude to every person, the staff, thankful for them. And I learned that from my dad when he was in the hospital. When my father had his stroke and heart attack, he became semi-paralyzed, and he was in hospitals, and then he was in a care center for almost 5 years. Could you imagine being in a care center in bed for 5 years? 5 weeks alone, to me, when I was in there through treatment, it was driving me crazy. But my dad spent 5 years in a bed, semi-paralyzed, being taken care of by nurses. The one thing he showed me was not only patience, gratitude. He never complained, never got angry, and didn't go crazy. I always thought my dad was a hockey player and a short temper. He was going to be miserable. But I saw a man that just gave love and gratitude for everybody that came in. And he was appreciative regardless of his situation. He didn't complain about his situation. So I learned from my dad how to take it when you go in the hospital, and that's how I'm taking it day by day. Don't get me wrong. I still break down occasionally, as there's, there's a lot of things I'd like to be doing. People seeing, traveling, enjoying life, I can't, but that's okay. A lot of places I can't go because I'll be neutropenic, weak and fatigued and sick, so I can't be out with crowds. I can't be going to events, parties, stuff like that, but that's life. You hate to miss it. You hate to not be a part of it. But I'm alive. And I learned after my car accident, 14 years of going through that, you do what you can. So you find, what can I do? Even though everything was taken away from you, what can I do? And that's what I focus on. I can do this, I can do that, so I focus on that. And that's accomplishment, and that's a step forward. So it's not really about fighting, You don't have to fight. You surrender. You accept it. But you stay proactive. You stay positive, and you give gratitude. And that's what I do. Is each day I have gratitude. The nurses come in. I'm funny with them. I'm nice to them. I still talk to my friends and text message, and I do what I can. And I think each day, beginning of the day and the end of the day, what am I appreciated for? I mean, not appreciated, but, well, that too, but what I appreciate from the day. I've learned you just don't sit around and you become depressed. You don't think about anything. You just do what you can, get it done, and then you have this sense of accomplishment and achievement for the day, small as it may be. You can make it big or small, it doesn't matter. And then you communicate with your loved ones throughout the day, because it does get lonely because you don't have that physical interaction. You can't be out doing stuff, but at least having some form of communication, seeing what the other person's doing, what's going on in their life, adds something to you of the sharing. And then you just do that one day at a time until you get better and you get out of here and get home. And then you do the same thing at home. And you look at the long term. So I'm looking at between 6 to 8 months before I may be able to start doing stuff, with people. So that's the way it is. And each day I say to God, I love you. I don't say, poor me, why is this happening to me? I don't say that. That would be selfish. I mean, it's happening to people all over the world. It's been happening to people for decades. From cancer to illnesses, plagues, you name it, People all over the world have health issues. Many of you watching this right now probably have health issues. So for me to say, why me, poor me, that's being selfish. Because there's people all over the world that are dealing with stuff. We are dealing with stuff, whether it's mental or physical. So it's like, this is my burden. This is what I got to overcome. I'll do it day by day and figure it out. That's it. I've learned that from playing sports and all the injuries. Eventually you heal. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it may just be something you always have. So then you figure out a way to work around it. You do what can you do. You do what you can do. That's it. If you don't do anything, that's when you die. That's when you give up. So it's not about fighting. It's just doing what you can and surrendering to what you have and making things better. So please keep the prayers coming. I appreciate it. Definitely works from the results I've been getting. We hope it continues. Like my buddy here he went through 2 sessions. He had AML cancer like I have. And they got rid of it. And then it came back a couple months later, 60%. And then he had to go through it all over again. I'm praying I don't get that. I'm praying it doesn't come back like it did for him. Now he's got mutations he's dealing with. So God knows where that's going to go. But he's doing what he can do too, So that's it. In some ways I'm lucky. I don't have a wife. I don't have any kids. They're not going through this pain and emotional despair and affecting them emotionally. It would be nice to have a family too, like that, to be there to support me too, but I realize I've got all of you. I've got my friends. I've got my mom, my sister. So I've got somebody. I'm not alone. But I would hate to be putting my kids or a wife through this. It'd be terrible. So I'm grateful I don't have. So I'm going to end this because I know this is kind of long. Just want to say I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate me just kind of sharing this with you. The first 5 weeks was rough. It was tough mentally and physically, and then losing my cat put me into a depression. I really didn't want to talk. And it was mostly because of all that, the combination. But now I'm able to, and I'm not embarrassed about my head at all. I really don't care at this point. Hopefully it does grow back. I'm more focused on just recovery. Let me see what happens, and then I can't wait till I can get back to actually working out and doing exercise and hiking and everything else. I really miss all that. Get back to optimal health. Right now my body is just a piece of shit because of this, but that's all part of it. So it's temporary. All right. I love you guys. Please love your family, your friends. Tell them you love them. Hug them. Make the best of life.